Another core tenet of the ASEA ethos is a simple phrase that we've used for many years. We've also called it 3B or B3, and it stands for believe, belong, and become. Now, I'm keenly aware that companies have statements on their walls, they have value statements, and they all have these trite little things that they say as pleasantries. But this phrase of believe, belong, become is at the very heart of the ASEA ethos. And let me explain why. It's been my experience that very few people do anything without first believing. The notion of having a conviction or a belief to start something is at the very heart of this notion of believe, belong, and become. Think about it. You wouldn't get up in the morning and get ready for work if you didn't believe you would get there. You wouldn't do really anything. You wouldn't go to work and actually put in 2 weeks if you didn't believe that you would get remunerated for it. Believing precedes all meaningful action. And so when we say that the first part of our ethos is belief, we really mean that you have to have a conviction. Now, a conviction of what? First, believe in yourself. I am absolutely convinced that the most underutilized and underperforming resource in the world is the human resource. It's you. It's not oil, it's not gas, it's not wood, it's not all these other natural resources. It's people, it's the human resource. And why? Because somewhere early in your childhood, some teacher that might have had a bad day or a bad burrito for lunch decides to tell you that you're not good at something, or you got a poor grade, or heaven forbid, even a family member might have signaled to you that you shouldn't believe in yourself. But somewhere along the way, we get conditioned to believing that we can't, instead of absolutely having a conviction that we can. The first part of believe, belong, become is believing in yourself. And I would tell you, if you come to ASEA and want to participate in this ethos, leave the trash behind of what you think you are or are not, and come here with a knowledge and belief that you can do anything, because that is in fact the truth. In addition to believing in yourself, you also need to gain a strong conviction of our products, both the Redox supplement as well as Renew 28, our revitalizing skin gel. Having a conviction in these products will send a far greater signal to the people that you talk to than trying to logically convince them about science or chemistry or anything else. I've always said that conviction sells and emotions buy. Logic pays for auto ship down the road. And if you try to flip that and use logic early on as the reason why someone does that, you typically tend to go outside of the fairway of what you should be saying. What you need to do is gain a conviction about these products. How do you gain that conviction? Share the product, use the products, and actually internalize the fact that they're making a difference in the lives of others and in your own life. And when you gain that conviction, all you have to do is campaign from a point of belief. You don't have to convince people, you don't have to change people's eye color, you simply have to say what you believe. And so you can see that believing in yourself as a starting point, married with a belief in these products, becomes a powerful combination. Now, what else do you need to believe in? You need to believe in this opportunity, as well as this company. This is not a game, and this is not a get-rich scheme. This is a real business opportunity where if you put honest sweat, intelligent effort into it, you will get a reward. There are people inside this organization that have taught me that this industry is as significant economically as any other profession you might find in any industry. You can make great money in this business, and you need to believe that. You need to have a belief that this industry and this opportunity are as professional as any other. And when you marry belief in yourself with belief in these core products, and then a belief in the opportunity, the company, and the industry, you are set for the next stage of this 3B model, which is believing then becomes belonging. We know that belonging is one of the core fundamental needs we have as human beings. Maslow's hierarchy of needs suggests that beyond the fundamental need we have for food and shelter, we have a desire and a need to belong to others and to belong to something. My belief is belonging means owning. In fact, to belong a stock means you own the stock. To belong to an organization means we own you and you own us, and that we care for each other. If two people believe, not only in themselves and the products and the opportunity, but also in each other, don't they belong to each other? And in that moment that they belong to each other, something very special happens. They start to take interest in one another's success. They actually start to pay attention to the other person and what they're doing. Now, when that happens, we've moved to the third dimension of this 3B model, which is becoming. If you believe and you have someone to whom you belong, The most natural outshoot of that then becomes a becoming. People start to develop, they start to grow. They feel like they're in an environment where they're being led by cheerleaders who want them to win because they belong to each other. And we have common beliefs, not only just beliefs around products or opportunities, but also the very ASEA ethos I'm talking about. Our core fundamental values are the same. We have common beliefs there. We have a belief in our product, we have a belief in ourselves, we have a belief in the opportunity, the industry, and we belong to it. We belong to the company, we belong to each other. That belonging then springboards us into becoming. It creates an environment where people want you to win. And that's what we want to promote with this simple notion of believe, belong, and become. So let me summarize believe, belong, become and what we mean there. First, believe in yourself, first and foremost. The most wasted resource in the world, as I said a moment ago, is the human resource. Discard all of the negative baggage of your past and let yourself truly believe that you can do anything that you set your heart and mind to. Second, believe in the products that we have. Gain a testimony and conviction of them. Also, believe in the opportunity and the industry and your company. Belonging to someone and something else is at the core of our needs as human beings. Come belong to this organization. Make yourself part of it. Contribute. Be attentive to the needs of others on your teams and around you, and build a sense that they belong and you belong here. Lastly, become. For many years, I have shared a maxim I believe very strongly, and that is this: the outcome is not just income, but the outcome is become. It's also overcome, and then getting to income. Our industry, as we've said earlier, over-promotes that the simple outcome is income. Our belief here is that your growth and development is at the core and central purpose of our responsibility and yours, and that when you grow, develop, and become, and marry that with income, you really will be a big part of the ASEA ethos. So remember, believe, belong, become.